Okay, now we have our cuff, we have our sleeve together, and our placket in. We're ready to put our cuff onto the garment itself. Now we want to use the interface side as our right side. So I'm going to pin the interfaced side to the garment itself. We want to fold back the placket. So this is the back of the sleeve. You can tell by the two notches at the top that marks our back of our sleeve, and the placket is going towards the back. Now I have about 1/2 inch underlap of the placket. So I want to place the placket right at the seam here. We're going to place the cuff, the end of the cuff, at the back part of the placket. That is folded under, and I will hold that way. Okay? The other side is going to go 1/2 inch from the front side of the placket, the one that is not turned back. All right, so that's going to be 1/2 inch. All right, that allows us to have a button hole, and then this overlaps the button. Okay, then I'm going to have this go nice and flat, holding open my seam allowance of my underarm for the sleeve. I'm going to hold that open because I don't want that to close accidentally. So in order to do such, what I do is pin open both seam allowances. Do you see? Then I'm fitting this into the cuff itself, and with the extra fabric that we have in our shirt, we're going to make 2 tucks that go towards the back. So we want a tuck here, which is about 3/8 of an inch from the fold of our placket, and we'll probably do 2 tucks with the extra fabric that's in our shirt. Okay? And we'll do another, so we're going to do 3. There's the second one. The other thing you could do instead of your tucks, if you wanted to, you could also do gathers around the cuff of your sleeve if you wanted a softer look. The tucks make it look a little more tailored. However, if you wanted something softer, you could do some gathering and gather that in instead. All right, and then our third tuck is here. All right. Now we're going to sew around the sleeve. Now your machine may have the option of taking off so that you have like a curve around the sleeve. My machine happens to have that. Yours may or may not. Usually they do have them now. So it makes it easier for us to So if we take advantage of that. So you can put your sleeve actually through here and sew around this. Now we're going to sew around the cuff. We're using a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and we're starting right at the end of the placket. And we're going to backstitch. And you're only catching the interface side of the cuff with the sleeve itself. And we have right sides together. And I always feel to make sure that I'm not catching anything in that I don't want to be caught. And your fingers tell you a lot, so pay attention to them. Again, I just want to make sure that I'm adjusting this so that my pleats are not being caught in a way I don't want them to be caught. Anytime you pick your presser foot up, you should always make sure your needle is in the fabric. That helps it to not move around on you. And I'm going all the way to the end here and then back stitching also. Notice I am not catching my seam allowance in this. Okay. And you want to trim your threads. And take out your pins. Okay, now you can see that we have our cuff. This needs to be turned under, like so. We'll turn this under, and you can either hand stitch this or do what we call a top stitching on top of it. I always like to do the top stitching because it's a little faster. However, you want to make sure that you're catching your underneath side here. Okay? But this is what your cuff looks like. And here are your pleats that you did in the back. This will get a button and buttonhole, and that's your sleeve.